Om Namo Narayanaya. Hello to all. I am Dharma, and I am here with a new topic from childhood to wisdom. In every stage of life, from the innocent curiosity of childhood to the reflective pondering of old age, we find ourselves entangled in questions. As children, we go to our mother and father, ask about the world around us, eager for knowledge. As teenagers, gradually our inquiries shift to social roles and self-image. And as adults, the questions often revolve around our career, relationships, and personal achievements. Each phase brings a different, varied, and ongoing series of questions. But often these questions only appear on the surface of deeper existential contemplation. As we age, then the nature of our questions transforms, yet the essence of inquiry remains. The elder looks back, reflecting on life lived and the decisions made, wondering about different paths and choices. Life is questions, and it is a continuous cycle of questions, a cycle that seems to have more to do with societal expectations than with an individual's inner truth. These repetitive questions, although absolutely necessary for practical life, often leave the inner self unexplored and unrecognized. These repetitive questions prevent the inner self from being recognized. Yet, these questions, as persistent as they are from cradle to grave, serve as mere distractions from the more profound queries that can stir the soul. They are like the spoon that stirs the soup, involved, yet never tasting the broth. Athato Brahma Jinasa, now in this human life, is the time to ask about the supreme God, Brahman. The real essence of inquiry goes beyond the superficial, reaching depths that are seldom touched by our daily interrogatives. It's not just about what we are doing, but why we are here in the first place. Please note the word why as an important step in moving forward. This journey from the superficial to the important is not just about changing the question. It is also about refining the question and ultimately deepening our engagement with the question. This asks us to stop for a moment, reflect, think deeply about meaning and divine message behind the meaning, and understand ultimately daring to dive into the unknown waters of Atma, or our own souls. It's a transformative process, one that begins with recognizing the limitations of our habitual inquiries and opening ourselves to the possibilities of profound understanding, materially, religiously, and spiritually. Now try to imagine our life as a kitchen where everyone is busy handling spoons, stirring, scooping, and serving. This spoon represents and symbolizes our daily activities, repetitive and maybe necessary but often lacking depth. We become so accustomed to the motion of stirring that we seldom stop to taste what we're concocting. This analogy serves to highlight how easily we get caught up in activities that wasting time, fill our time but not our hearts, leading to a life felt more in the periphery than at the core, like licking honey from the outside of the bottle. This superficial busyness, just like the spoon, is only a tool. It is useful, it serves a function, but it is not the essence of life. We engage in a plethora of tasks, from mundane chores to professional duties, mistaking activity for productivity, busyness for purpose. But we all knew, true purpose is seldom found in mere activity. It is found in the stillness and depth that lies beyond the mechanical movements of everyday life. However, this realization is not achieved easily because divinity is hiding secretly in activity and productivity. The noise of constant activity drowns out the subtle calls of our deeper selves. The calls of Atma, the calls of the soul, are beyond the busyness of material activities. The clang of the spoon, so to speak, overshadows the quiet whispers of our soul asking for more depth, more meaning, more understanding. It's a cacophony of tasks and duties that often leaves little room for introspective silence. To move beyond the spoon is to recognize that while these tasks are necessary, they are not sufficient for a fulfilling life, especially spiritual life. It requires a conscious effort to pause amidst our busyness, to lift our heads from the task at hand, and to ask ourselves not just what we are doing, but why we are doing it. Only ourselves will be able to answer our question, the most basic and important question of life. This shift in perspective is essential if we are to touch the essence of true living, finding not just success in the world, but significance in our souls. Success in fulfilling the need of the Atma, or the soul, is the real success of our human life. Our daily routines are like well-worn masks, comfortable and familiar, yet obscuring our true faces. Each morning we don these masks almost automatically, engaging in the same tasks, following the same paths, conversing in the same patterns. Like a robot, doing everything without understanding, consideration, and feeling at all. These routines provide structure and stability, which are undoubtedly materially beneficial, but they also serve to shield us from the unsettling questions that lurk beneath our consciousness. This masking effect of routine is profound. It cocoons us in a sense of security, making it easy to overlook the emptiness that might echo in the quieter moments. For many, this is a necessary defense mechanism. The thought of peering into the self, of asking deeper questions about existence, purpose, and identity, can be intimidating if not outright frightening. Thus, the mask remains firmly in place, deflecting deeper inquiries with the shield of habitual action. However, the danger lies in becoming so accustomed to the mask that we forget our true face underneath. Our real face, real self, is covered fully by our sthula sharira, or gross body, and sukshma sharira, or subtle body. We risk identifying too closely with our roles and routines, mistaking these for our genuine selves. The questions we avoid by wearing these masks, Koham, who am I really? Kim Prayojanam, what is my true purpose of my human life, are the ones that have the power to transform our lives from the mundane to the meaningful, from material to spiritual, and from untruth to the truth. Uttasthata, get up, stand up, Jagrata, wake up, Prapyavaran, get the better and divine life. Peeling off this mask requires courage. It demands a willingness to confront what we might find beneath the surface. This exploration can be unsettling, as it challenges the foundations of our perceived identity and purpose. Yet, it is only by facing these deeper questions that we can hope to live authentically, aligning our external actions with our inner truths. This alignment brings a peace, satisfaction, and divine happiness that no routine, however comforting, can offer. The transformation from superficial to significant questioning marks a pivotal shift in our journey of self-discovery. Initially, our queries are fixated on what? What job should I pursue? What should I buy? What must I accomplish today? These are questions of circumstance, tightly bound to societal norms and expectations. They direct our actions, but rarely touch our essence. This what-centered questioning, while practical, anchors us to the material world, often at the expense of our spiritual and emotional growth. Without realizing it, this prevents people from moving forward in pursuing the spiritual path. It keeps us tethered to external validations, ignoring the inner callings that whisper of deeper desires, especially moksha kaama, or the desire for liberation from worldly attachment, and deeper desire for satyam, or truth. To transcend this limitation, we must pivot our inquiry towards why. Why am I pursuing this career? Why do these possessions matter to me? Why do I choose to fill my day with these particular tasks? This shift from what to why is transformative. It moves our focus from the external to the internal, from the tangible to the intangible. In Bali, it is known as mulat sharira, looking within oneself, meeting oneself within oneself, and understanding one's true self, which is an eternal Atma. It encourages a reflection that is deeper, more introspective, and ultimately more revealing of our true desires and intentions. This kind of inquiry not only deepens our understanding of ourselves, but also aligns our external life with our inner values. Moreover, this transition is not merely about changing the questions, but about changing the listener within us. It involves cultivating an inner awareness that can hear and honor these deeper questions. This is one way to practice the important sutras of the Vedanta Sutras, Attara Brahma Jinasa. This development of internal awareness is crucial, for it is the soil in which the seeds of profound realization grow. Without it, even the most poignant questions can go unanswered, their potential for transformation unrealized. This journey towards meaningful inquiry is both challenging and rewarding. It requires us to let go of the familiar, to embrace uncertainty, and to venture into the depths of our being. It is a path less traveled, but one that promises a richer, more authentic life. By shifting our focus from what to why, we open ourselves to new dimensions of experience and understanding, paving the way for a life that is not just lived, but truly felt. Om Sarve Sukhina Bhavantu, by God's grace may all be happy.